and welcome to this video in Module 4, Discovery Sessions. In this video, we are going to be talking about questions that come up after you make the offer to them, also known as objections. And the reason that I call them questions is because I really want you to take a look at when someone brings you an objection and see it as truly a question that is just them uncovering if they are really a yes or a no. So when they ask these questions, you can help them by answering them to get to their yes or to their no. That is really what they are for. And if they wouldn't actually be asking them if there wasn't a part of them that really wanted to be able to say yes. So be excited when they ask these questions, because those are the things that are actually happening because of them asking them. So this is a fun, exciting time of the call because you know you're so close to finding out if they are really a yes or really a no. All right? And another thing is, when and if you get objections, this is a time that you can look back on the call and see what is really going on here. Why do you keep getting the same objections over and over? And there is usually a pattern for you. The objections that you get over and over again are a mirror for something that's going on within you in your business. So take a look. If, for instance, you get the objection about not affording it, they don't have the money for this right now, kind of a thing, then take a look in your business of how often you say that when it is something that you're wanting to invest in your business to grow forward into. How often do you do that? And the more that you work on that for yourself, the less you will get the kind of objections that come from that place. So this is a wonderful time in the discovery session for you to see how this mirrors what's going on for you in your business to allow then that objection to show up less and less. All right. So there are 4 top objections or questions that we're going to cover. But when an objection or question comes up like these, the first thing to establish is you ask them, if it weren't for X, would you be a full yes? So what you're doing is you're setting the question or objection aside for just a moment, and you're asking them, are you a full yes if it weren't for that thing that you are asking about? You're trying to help them to see if they truly are a yes or a no. That's what this whole aspect of the discovery session is about, is uncovering if they truly are a yes or a no, okay? So if it is a yes, then your next step is to help them solve the objection so that the yes can be a yes that they can say yes to, okay? And these are the questions that are really a block to them saying yes to themselves. So let's show them how they can say yes to themselves when these objections come up, all right? So the first one is around, I can't afford that, has something to do with money, right? And remember that if it's about the money, then hi there, and welcome to Module 4 in the Soul to Soul Sales Conversations program. And this video is about discovery sessions, and we're going to be covering questions that come up after you have made the offer to them. And these questions are also known as objections, yes. But I want you to see them as questions because that's really all they are. Objections are really them asking you a question to help them to uncover whether they are truly a yes or truly a no to what it is that you're offering. When you look at it from that place, then it's easy for you to just answer the question. That's really all it is, okay? There is no pushback. All it is you and that person answering the question to help them to see if they are a yes or they are no, all right? And another thing about objections is that objections can be a mirror for us in understanding how we can lessen more of those objections. So, for instance, if I can't afford that, or something around money happens to be an objection that you get frequently, then take a look in your own life, in your own business, where you are saying that to yourself in your business. Because you probably are saying it more often than you think you are, and then that is one of the reasons that it shows up on these calls for you. So take a look where you can say yes to yourself more in your business. When you know that it's a true yes for you in your growth of what it is that you're wanting, and as you say yes to yourself more, then more people on your discovery sessions are going to say yes to themselves as well. All right, so take a look at that. Now, these are the top 4 objections that we tend to hear. And the first thing to say to the potential client on the line when one of these objections comes up is, if it weren't for X, would you be a full yes? So remember, all we're doing is we're asking them to uncover if it's a yes or if it's a no for themselves. If you're getting an intuitive hit that it's a yes, that is one of the reasons you're continuing this conversation. You're helping them to see the yes for themselves, okay? So if they set this objection aside, it helps them to see, are they really a yes? All right? So now we're going to help solve that objection so that they can more easily now say yes to themselves, right? So remember, each of these questions is truly just a block that you're helping them to uncover so that they can see if it's a yes or if it's a no, right? So the first one is usually around money. I can't afford that, don't have the money for that, something to that effect, right? And remember, it's not about the money, because all that is a block to their yes, right? Money is about them actually choosing to make this commitment to themselves so they can move forward. It's not about the money, okay? So there's 2 ways that you can come at and solve this money question, if you will. If they are saying, I just don't even have, that much money right now to even move forward on it, moving forward, if they are truly a yes, is what we're looking for, right? So if moving forward is what needs to happen, one of the things that you could offer to them as a solution to this is a non-refundable deposit. What this does is it allows the money motion to begin to move. So this doesn't mean that you actually start working with them right away, but what it does is allows them to give you a certain amount of money that they think they can afford in that moment, so that it begins the momentum of allowing them to find more money in their lives. And think about it, anytime that you make that commitment to yourself and you give some money in some capacity, no matter the amount that it is, to something that you want to say yes to, things open up for you. There are other things that start showing up that actually allow you to find that money easier. And so if you allow your potential client to do that, you're helping them to open those channels to the money to in. And so remember, this is a non-refundable deposit. It helps them to see, well, there is no moving back on that money that they put forward. The only movement there is moving forward to that yes that they really want to say to themselves. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 around the money is helping them to actually see what their return on investment would be. So this can happen in ways. It can happen with an actual dollar amount, depending on what kind of help you help people with. Is it something that you help them with that is actually going to help them make more money? Show them how the investment is actually smaller than how much they are going to more than likely make when they work with you. Lay those numbers out for them. Show them the picture of what this will look like, okay? And if you do not work with them on actually making money, okay, what you're going to do is show them the picture of that outcome that they are going to get and how that's going to look and feel and how much value there is in that so that they can see that that is so much more valuable than the money that they are investing with you and for themselves, really, okay? So they're investing in themselves. All right. So the next objection or question we have has to do around time. So time is a lot like money in that people tend to think that we don't have enough of it, right? And the thing about it is you can use it in the same kind of way about the deposit of time, think of it that way, or the return on investment of time. So have them commit to themselves in a certain amount of time, and that commitment to themselves in that certain amount of time, they'll be able to see that they actually, it doesn't take as long as they think that it does to actually do the work that you are helping them to do, okay? The same way of making a deposit on money. Another one is that return on investment of time. So you help them with the picture, again, of the outcome of how much time they probably will be saving in different areas of whatever it is that you help them with. And the time that it takes to actually do this work with you is actually going to free them up more and more, right? So another thing about time that can be brought up as well is that this is not the right time for them to actually move forward with this. So what you want to do in this case is show them what it would be like, have them paint the picture for themselves. You don't paint the picture, okay? Allows them to tell you what would it actually look and feel like if they did not say yes to themselves right now, a year from now. Ask them that. Ask them to share that with you so that they can actually look at and feel what it would be like by not saying yes to themselves when they know internally that this really is something that they're wanting. Allow them to really look and feel into that space. This is the return on investment, if you will, of them saying no to themselves when they really want to say yes. This allows them that space to go, I really don't want that. So maybe I will say yes to myself, right? Around this. All right. And then the fourth objection that we tend to hear is, I need to talk to my partner. I have to ask my partner. So what this one is about is actually they're not owning their own decision process for themselves. They're wanting to, if you will, pass the buck off to someone else to come up with their own yes or their no. This is a place for you to help them to actually take a stand for themselves in owning their own decision, okay? So what you want to do is, if they're truly adamant that they are going to go talk to their partner first, what you want to help them with is helping them speak with their partner from the place of being a full yes. So help coach them just a little bit on what that full yes actually looks and feels like, so that when they go to their partner, they are not asking for permission from their partner, but they're asking to partner with their partner on the decision that they are already wanting to make. And when they come from that place, then at that point, it's going to be an easier way for them to talk with their partner about it. All right. So through this whole process, show them that in order to grow, growing takes them stretching outside of their comfort zone. That's what this idea of working with you truly is about. Anytime any of us step into something new this way, it can be scary because the newness of it we're not really sure of. But stepping right outside our comfort zone to do it is what is going to help us to grow. And that's why objections even come up as well. So the objections are blocks to that newness, even if we want to say yes to it. So be there reflecting back to them that you understand and you're honoring that this is part of the process of them saying yes to themselves. right? All right. And if they are insisting, but you can tell they're actually a full yes, it's usually one of two things. All right. One of these two things. They are not ready and willing to do what it takes to get what they want, or they don't trust themselves that they will do it. Okay, that's the first one. And then the second one is they aren't sure that you are the right person to help get them there. So you've worked on these questions, you've answered their questions and so forth, and if they're still not a full yes at this point, it's one of these two things. So ask them, is it this? Are you just really not ready to move forward into the actions it actually is going to take to do this? Or is it that you're not sure if I'm the right person for you to get you there? And they will let you know which one it is, right? So what I want you to do in this point is to truly answer those objections that way from those places. Sometimes they just need a little more space to actually think about this, right? We all need space to truly just be with something sometimes in order to find our yes or to find our no, right? So ask them that as well. Is it that you just need some more space to truly find your yes around this? Or do you just need more information from me? And if it is that they just need more information, ask them, what exactly is it that you need? You give them that information. At this point, they are really going to know if it is a yes or if it is a no. So your thing that you're going to do next is just ask them, okay, we've covered this. We've looked at what's working. We've looked at what's not working. We've answered all of these questions for you. Can you really feel inside yourself if this is truly a yes or if this is truly a no? And at that point, you're going to get their answer from them, okay? And in the next module is when we're going to talk all about what to do next to actually close them. The basics for you at this point are really just to ask them again, okay, what are we going to do next to actually get started? We'll go into more detail in the next module, but that's the next step. All right, we'll see you then.